Good morning, traders. Welcome back to the showdown. Glad to see you guys back. If you guys are brand new, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that. In this showdown, we do some live trading. So I got your favorite guest. Big Dog will be joining, and we're gonna do some live trading using our Pip Hunter tool to implement these trades. And we're gonna show you exactly how we use this tool. And this is a tool that I use on my daily sessions in my VIP. I use this tool to implement all my trades. So you're going to see it up front, how we do this and how we analyze the market as well and place these trades. So let's get started. If you guys are ready, we're going to start right after this. All right. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Big Dog? Welcome to the showdown. How you doing?
Good morning, Cameron. Good morning. Good to be here. And of course, it is Friday. And so we've got to be excited about Friday, right? Friday means that we are going to have 2 days break and just relax and chill back. And we're going away for the weekend. So this is going to be awesome for us. All right. So we're going to dive into some market action this morning, right? Just taking a look at the trades from our previous setups. Let's just see here. Just making sure we got those set up. All right, there we go. Thank you, Cam.
Oh, go ahead and take it off this.
Yes, I will.
There you go. So yes, we do have everything available besides the Euro US dollar. We have 5 positions in the Euro US dollar, and we have short positions.
All right, so we've got 5 short positions on the Euro US dollar. We'll take a look and see what that looks like this morning. So we're going to move away from the Euro US dollar this morning. We're going to go into the other pairs. Go ahead and break those down. And by the way, traders, if you want to go ahead and follow all our trades, to make sure you go ahead and check out the description down below. In the description, you'll see there is a Telegram channel. And in the Telegram channel, we have we have a link there that you can go ahead and join the sessions. All right, you can go ahead and join the sessions, or at least follow the live sessions that we do have, and the trading that's been done will be implemented inside the live sessions. You'll be able to check that out. All right, well, that being said, traders, let's go ahead and dive into the markets this morning. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the first currency pair of the day, which is going to be US dollar. Cam, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the US dollar Canadian setup this morning. I'm going to go ahead and start off, and I'm going to start off with the daily time frame first. Go ahead and look at the daily time frame. We still have this market set up right here. As you can see right here, we still have a downward trend. And in the downward trend, we are still anticipating price to remain below this this downward trend line that we just recently broke. We're looking for price to chase after these lows. We've got a bunch of lows down here. Let me see if I can pull up this. Yeah, we've got a bunch of lows right here. So there's a lot of liquidity right here. The price is going to look to target. We do have, however, larger areas of supply and demand, and there is areas that we're going to go ahead and test, which is, of course, once again, in this area right here, we do have some support coming off this area there as well. But I believe that we're going to start seeing price moving further down south. I'm going to move down to the lower time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour time frame, we can see right here as price goes ahead and creates a new high. So we had a stop rate taking out the high right here, and price is going to be probably chasing after the low down here. So we're heading in that direction. I'm going to go ahead and look at. Let's go take a look over here. I'm going to go down to the 15-minute time frame. I just want to see. We're already past it. Oh, I'm a little late on this one right here. I was hoping to go short at around about 36.30. But Cameron, I'm going to go ahead and say let's short the US dollar CAD, and we're going to go ahead and short the US dollar CAD just because we're looking for price to continue to move back down to the lows right here. We are chasing after yesterday's low, And yesterday's low is down here at around about 35 and 90. So we should get ourselves at least 25 pips on that trade right here, even though we are a little late at the party. And we're going to go ahead and continue to see if price can continue to move down south. So let's go ahead and short the trade. Let's take a look right here. That is on the US dollar. Let's go ahead and grab the prices at there at oh, you got me a little late there, mate. 36.50. I want to say 36.15. Come on. All right, Cam. Hand it over to you, my friend.
All right. Well, we're not doing the Euro US dollar, so let's take a look at the Aussie CAD. And looking at the Aussie CAD here, let's go ahead and open this full screen here. We can see right now that we're on the buy side of the curve. Now have completed our model here, sweeping this external buy side liquidity range. And now we got this manipulation. So this is exactly what I was looking for, manipulation before distribution here. So we got this manipulation. Now I want to see if it holds, right? Now we're going to take a look at the 1 hour. And we didn't really get any displacement. So far, we haven't got any displacement. We are continuing to move lower here on the Aussie CAD. So really what I'm looking for is we have areas of manipulation down below here in a fair value gap. This is a key area right here. I'm going to go from this low right here. See this candle wick right here? As you can see, all these lows, and price already has taken these lows right here. So that was our manipulation. We didn't get really distribution here, okay? Sorry, not distribution, but displacement. Really, you can see here price kind of rejected off this area. So we got a nice rejection off here, and then price kind of continued higher. So this could be a manipulation state that I think price would want to come lower. In this fair value gap, these lows right here is key areas where I know that there's safe orders here. There's some money in these below these lows where I want to see price manipulate lower and take out these orders. So going the 4 hour here, we'd like to see a little bit of a rebalance here because of this huge price lag, right? We have never rebalanced back to EQ. And now that we have completed this model, taking out this external range, right? Then we saw another manipulation taking out that buy side. I want to use standard deviation to project where I think price can continue to move lower. So let me go the 1 hour here, and I'm going to use standard deviation of this next swing that we had. This price leg of from this high to this low. And let me go to 4 hours so we can see this better. And right here at our -2, -5, this is where I expect this sell side right here between our 6.8 and 7.9. This is our OTE range, right? This is our optimal trade entry where price wants to come manipulate, take out the sell side liquidity range where there's also another 4 hour fair value gap, right? So once again, key areas that price wants to manipulate into this area and also rebalance insufficiency. So also we have a BPR range here as well. And I could expect price to come back to EQ to retest this BPR balanced price range as now that we've completed this buy side liquidity range. So I'm actually going to be just looking at the longevity. We haven't got much structure up here. I would like to see a little bit more displacement to the downside here. So really looking at what price is doing now, we're not getting much structure. We can see that price is taking out these lows. And now prices come back up here to take out this previous high. And what do we see here? So looking at this structure that we're at right now, just looking at the the higher time frame, I'm very bearish looking at the higher time frame. But looking at the smaller time frame here, we have now just got price to take out this low, and then we saw a little bit of displacement. As you can see, a little bit of displacement above this high. We have a nice candle here. We haven't filled this candle in yet. Just depending on what this candle does, we could possibly see another move and then a nice fair value gap here. And price wants to come back to continue maybe higher. We could see price continue higher. I haven't got much structure yet to know what price is really doing. But because we took out this buy side, I'm gonna say we're in a little bit of a consolidation year. We don't know what price is really doing yet, but we did get a nice move to the upside here. Price could move a little bit higher, showing that this is a nice market structure shift, and then that could indicate we can move higher. But also, if we get a nice displacement higher and we do get a market structure shift, we're going to see price rebalance back to this area where we want to see OTE range before continuing higher, right? So, what my goal is that I want to make sure I'm in the right direction, and selling helps me stay in the direction for the long term for the higher time frame bias. And also, if price does displace higher, we can also get this rebalance where we dollar cost average looking for this rebalance back to OTE. So selling, taking a short on the Aussie CAD helps me in both directions of my bias. So I'm going to go with a short here on the Aussie CAD.
Yeah, and I think that might be a good. I think that's a great call there, Cameron. I am and looking at also at the daily time frame. We do have direction. We've got bearish directional bias here as well. There it is. Cameron's gone ahead and placed the trade. He's using his trading tool to go ahead and do that. That helps him to be able to manage his position, so he doesn't have to sit at the computer all day, all night, like I do. Because there's a question from Nicholas saying, "Hey Gary, do you send out all these trades 100%, or do you have a team that does it?" Hey, this is the big dog we're talking about right here, right? I'm the one that sits out and puts those trades out as well as Cameron does the same thing for his own trading rooms as well. So we have not just one signal or at least trade ideas that we send out. We send out multiple based on multiple different strategies. So yes, we do. We are working like a dog. All right, let's move on. So this is the directional bias that I'm seeing right here. I did see an indecision candle right here at a very important level right here. So we got key resistance at the top right here. We did see the candle close out bearish, or at least showing a spinning top right at the top there on the Aussie Canadian dollar. So this is pretty solid right here. I think we're going to see some further downside movement on this, Cameron. So I think that you are in the right direction. And I think you might even pick up some profit very early on that one. I think you might just win that race. Well, with that being said, let me jump into our New Zealand CAD. Also looking over here now, granted, yes, they closed out bullish, so we do have bullish bias on the New Zealand CAD, and in some ways, I'm happy that the New Zealand CAP's going bullish, because in another trade we're in on the Aussie New Zealand dollar, and I'm looking for strength in the New Zealand dollar to see some further profit on that. But at the same time, also want to see some sort of correction move. Now, we are seeing some gaps in the market right here, some fair value gaps that the market's going to come back to retest those areas. So there is correction due. Do we see it yet? Well, the first thing you have to look at is, do we have fair value gaps? Sorry, my bad. Do we have directional bias? And the answer to that is no, we do not, right? Well, when I say directional bias, do we have a reversal of directional bias? We don't. We're still in a bullish direction. Now, we do have a little bit of indecision in today's trading, which might mean that come Sunday, Monday, Tuesday trading might be bearish for us. And at the same time, we are looking at this previous high. So the market may want to come to retest this high right here, or at least not retest it, but to sweep the high. We call it stop rates right here, and then start looking for the reversal. So there's still some upside potential. But the question here is how much? If I go ahead and take a look over here, I'm looking at this. I'm only seeing about 11 pips. So we're right there at that resistance. And because we're at that resistance right there, and because I'm expecting some downside movement, I know it's a little premature, because what I've got to really do is go down to the 1 hour time frame and look at the 1 hour time frame if we have reversal. Now, as you can see, we are inside this box, and the market's not breaking out. All right, not as of right now. We're trading at the top of the box. If I see price right here, I see price again, just a 10 pip move. Now look at that. This is a 1 hour time frame. So we've moved in a range since the open on yesterday. So, or at least the close in trading yesterday. Since 5 o'clock yesterday, we've been moving inside this range, and we've got the strong support and resistance right here that we're looking for price to break through. So there's no direct. Oh, snap. Look at this. This is a 1 hour time frame, my friends. Look at this. From around about here, this is the 15th, all right? This is Wednesday. Since Wednesday, the market has moved from here to here, that's 33 pips. We got a 33 pip move. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and bank on. Let's go back to the daily time frame. That's pretty interesting right here. So this is the high low right here. That's the low that we're talking about on Wednesday. Yeah, when we closed out. So we're looking at this candle. This is like, we're talking about, it's like the close of Wednesday. So start of Thursday's trading. So we got the low there at 83.10. Price is trading over here. Let's just see here. That's at 22 pips. Don't have a lot. We don't have the bias is still bullish. Cameron, I've got a difficult task here. Oh, we got fair value gap right here. All right, I'm selling. I just made a quick decision right here. I'm gonna sell because we are seeing some resistance at the top. Even if price moves up a little higher, there's a lot more downside potential than there is upside potential. We're close to resistance, and because we sell at resistance, buy support, I'm going to be selling the New Zealand CAD. So let's go ahead and sell it, Cameron. There we go. Fantastic. Now say bye, Cameron. Just kidding. All right. All right. So we're selling. We're going to sell the top right here. Like I said, there's not a lot of resistance, not a lot of room still ahead of resistance, but we've got a lot of downside potential right here. And if I look over here to see if we're going to reach this fair value gap right here, that's about 40 pips. I think we should be fine on this trade right here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, Cam.
Okay. Then what's the next one? CAD Swiss. That's the only one we have left, right?
Is it the CAD Swiss? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be interesting.
All right, there it is right here. We saw a nice low. Good taking here. So we had a nice stop rate, displacement. So now we got a nice market structure shift here. Now what we want to see is price possibly want to retrace back. Now we don't know how much price is going to continue to displace higher. But looking at this, we have a breaker block in a fair value gap. So could possibly want to come back to this breaker block. And we have a fair value gap here as well. So looking at the 4-hour, we could possibly see price. Now we're in a fair value gap here as well. We could see price retrace to back to OTE of this price range, and then continue higher, targeting buy side liquidity. Because what happened? We never tapped in this buy side liquidity range right here. Okay, we never swept this area. Price came back up, we came back down. Then we had a low taken, displaced up higher, showing another market structure shift. Price came lower, create a low, then boom, stop rate. Right? We had a nice stop rate and then displacement. So now we're seeing, okay, prices continue to move higher. Now, I've been talking about in my VIP sessions that I wanted to see price move lower because there was a lot of insufficiency down here, right? A lot of insufficiency that I'd like to see price rebalance this area where we saw a candle wig. We wanted to see at least price sweep encroachment of this candle wig. And before we saw price continue high, we'd like to see that rebalance, right? But we did not see that so far. And now we're trying to get a upside move. Now, looking at the higher time frame, look at the daily here. I've been talking about this in my session, is that this area where we see relative equal highs, where we know there's buy side liquidity here, add out -2 and 2.5 projection point of this manipulation that we had, right? This manipulation that we had and then displaced. This is where, looking at the longevity of this model, this is where I expect price to sweep these areas right here into this, tap into our projection point.
And that's around about 68.33, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are anticipating still this expansion move, right? And this was what we saw here as wave structure. We saw a 1, 3. This is our manipulation, right? This is our manipulation wave. This is the 4th wave correction. Then we expect this 5th wave expansion move now to sweep this external buy side liquidity rate. So CAD Swiss is playing playing out really good, and we're all holding some buy positions. So this is perfect setup here to go. We're going to be targeting a lot of pips here on the CAD switch because I have a lot of conviction where price is going right now. And as this model's playing right now on the lower time frame, going to the 1 hour, seeing this expansion move, and we see price break above this fair value gap. Yes, we might see some retracement now back to OTE before we see this next expansion move where we're targeting this buy side. We want to see this displacement above buy side. Now, the long term looks great, right? Looking at that daily, but looking at the 1 hour now, what we can anticipate, right, is that we got this market structure shift. Don't know where price is going to create this high before we see a retracement, but let's just say it starts retracing from here. What I can anticipate is price is going to correct back. So now a lot of you might say, look at me and say, well, Cam, you probably want to buy, right? You said looking at the longevity of this model that we're going to continue to move higher. Yeah, but we're only targeting 20 net pips here, and I know price is going to come lower. After seeing displacement like this, I know we're going to get a retracement before we see the expansion. And we're now retesting this fair value gap. So depending on what we see, maybe we see price move a little bit higher above this fair value gap, then retrace back. But I know we have a breaker block, we have a fair value gap, we have a unicorn setting up here for an optimal trade entry to go higher. So I know that we might, we possibly going to see price retrace before we see this expansion move. So I'm going to be a little bit aggressive because we're only targeting 20 net pips. I'm going to say, you know what? Yeah, I could just go ahead and buy, right? I could buy right now and say, all right, if price does retrace, I don't mind getting in some positions here before looking for this expansion move. I'm going to say, you know what? I have a lot of conviction. I'm pretty confident that we're going to get this retracement here to this area where our optimal trading tree is before we see this expansion. So I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell you on the
You
cash.
son of a mother, trading against my overall bias. What the heck? All right, so I want to just add in something here, and Cameron, yeah, that's great. I love these breakdown of his analysis. He's certainly showing a lot of conviction with regards to the trade setup right here for a possible downside move. But I am leaning, and Cameron can do whatever he wants to do on this trade because it is his setup. We have directional bias that is bullish, and Cameron is correct. We have a wave structure. The one part that he had to correct, he said he missed out on is that we actually have an inside structure right here. So we got this larger wave structure there, and we have this inside wave structure. We are in a fourth wave. That is totally correct. And so fourth waves can be complicated. And so the market's going to chase after the high right here. Cameron, I don't see anything right here. What did you see here that could drive price back down again? I'm not seeing anything here between this buy side liquidity here and where price is right now. I don't see anything that could stall price. And so therefore I see price moving all the way up here to the top.
Well,
My question,
this is what I'm. So going back to my chart here,
yes,
when we see a manipulation and then price displaces, showing market structure shift, what we know is now smart money traders are going to come in at the discount level of this range, looking for
right.
the buy side. So we know that once we start seeing the structure form, now smart money traders want to come in at discount. So let's say we start getting retracement at this from this low, from this high. Now we start getting retracement. Smart traders are going to get price at a discount. They're going to get at a better price, taking out all these traders that are now looking, oh, we're breaking resistance. We're breaking resistance. We're going up. So all the retail buyers are coming in buying. Price comes in, takes out these buyers, goes to discount. Smart money traders get a discount rate, and now they're looking for this move, this expansion move.
Yeah, so it's manipulation, distribution, and then accumulation. So this is the thing. My question here is, all right, the timing. When are these smart money traders going to start selling off the market?
They're
And
not selling. They're not selling the market. They're going to get in for a buy. They're going to get.
right,
We're looking for price to come back to discount. Then that's the optimal trading tree for the smart traders to go ahead and buy, looking for this expansion to this buy side liquidity.
right. So what drives the market down? Right, sellers drive the market down. Right, so something's got to drive the market down. And if it's not going to be driven down at this point, then I'm looking at this and I'm saying, hey, liquidity levels, buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. What are these levels? These are where traders are placing stop losses at. And so when I see buy side liquidity on the upside, and I see nothing else other than that area where we see buy, I see smart money pushing price to do stop raids at the buy side liquidity levels and then start correcting itself. So I still see that we could drive up another 20, 25 pips higher, then look for that sort of discount level for price to move back into. That's my 2 cents. Now, it doesn't matter whether you sell now or buy now, because our sort of we're speaking the same language, but we're talking about different levels where we're anticipating price.
Yeah, well, the price once price hits this buy side liquidity, that model's over. There's no looking for back to discount. It's already tapped into buy side liquidity. Small traders are not going to come in now after buy side's already been taken, because where's their target now?
Okay, so
Target's already been hit.
Right. So you're saying, okay, so I got it. So what Cameron's saying is like, we're going to see the smart money correcting the market to manipulate the market a little bit so that people don't believe that price is going to continue. They've bought in already. They're going to get stopped out, and then it's going to be another rally to the upside. So, all right. So what you're going to do is you're selling, right? You're going to sell the CAD Swiss right now for a short-term dip.
Yeah.
How much do you expect the price to move down?
Well, I don't know when price could push maybe to this area, then retrace, right? I don't know where price is going to push and then retrace, but we're in a fair value gap. We're in a bearish fair value gap. So we are in a SIBI right now. And that's a perfect area to sell, looking for this retracement now back to OTE. So we're in an area where I like to see price start retracing. And also we're starting to see price just to slow down just a little bit. You're looking at the 1 hour. So looking for this move, at least looking for price to come back to this breaker block.
Okay.
And this fair value gap. And we have about like 40, anything from 30 to 40 pips. So we have enough for a 20 net pip gain.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to try and figure out. I wanted to see if there was 20 pips to grab, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Also, I wouldn't be taking this trade if there was less than 20 pips for this retracement.
Makes sense. All right. Fire away, bud. Fire away. Don't do it. Okay. All right. He's gone. All right. All right, traders. Well, that is the trades right here. Hey, listen, but I want to let everyone know. We had just this week we had some news that came out this week, and I want to talk about what's going to go down next week because I think it's important to pay a little more attention to the details, right? So we just had this week we had the CPI. We had the CPI year-on-year data coming out this week, and you can see a lot of bad data coming out in the US. But the data came out 3.4%. You can see right here, 3.5 was what was previous. So we had a downside move in inflation. That's the reason why we've seen this downside move in the dollar itself. All right, and we hopefully going to see some further downside movement in the dollar due to the fact that the Feds have mentioned that they're going to cut rates twice this year, but everything is dependent on the data. So this is now stimulating sort of the investors and stimulating the people to anticipate possible rate cuts coming up sooner than later if we continue to see the market show lower inflation. Now, traders, just before I go ahead and go into some details in next week, I want to go ahead and let everyone know that we have a sponsor broker, and we want to go ahead and show our appreciation. If you don't have a broker, check out this. All right, traders. Well, listen, if you don't have a broker, check out ACAP. And by the way, if you do open up a trading account with ACAP, make sure you go ahead and use our broker links. It's on our webpage, TradersNetworkClub.com. Because when you do that, we want to go ahead and help you guys get a good start. You can get up to 12 months, absolutely zero cost to connect you one of our trade ideas. Whatever choice you have, go ahead and let us know. We'll make it happen for you. Work with us. We would love to work with you guys. We'd love to see more traders successful in this market. And that's what Traders Network Club is all about. It's about a network of traders. We've got a great community of traders that are working together to make profits on a day-to-day basis. So check out our website, TradersNetworkClub.com, and send us an email, connect with us, have a conversation with us. We'll help you get connected in the right direction. We certainly want to make sure that you are moving in the right direction. Making profits is not a fast process, but we can certainly shorten your journey and put you on the right path so that you can see success a lot sooner. All right, now let's talk about the news out next week. News out next week. What do we have that's coming out next week that can move the market? Well, again, we got CPI numbers. Now, we just looked at the CAD Swiss right here. We put some trades in the CAD Swiss. A lot of Canadian crosses that are going to move the market. But you can take a look right here. We do have inflation numbers coming out as well on Tuesday next week. We're looking on year, and we're expecting inflation to also show some downside movement. What does this mean, traders? This means that we could possibly see the market change directional buys based on the news coming out next week, which means that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday could be some downside move in the Canadian pair itself, or Canadian currency itself, which means it comes back to what Cameron just spoke about right now. Cameron sees the market not reaching that sell buy side liquidity before we see a downside move. So if we do store at where we are right now, then that could also encourage a downside move. In fact, it might even be more than just a 20 pip retracement move. So keep an eye on those things. Inflation numbers are important based on central banks' decisions. That's going to be important as we move into next week. Also, what's coming out next week? We spoke about the New Zealand trade as well. Remember, we got New Zealand rate decision coming out next week. Very possible, almost guaranteed, to see that the New Zealand or the Reserve Bank of New Zealand will keep rates unchanged at 5.5%. What is that going to mean for the currency? Well, traders, my prediction is going to be very much what we've seen in the past, based on the last 3 weeks, that when central banks keep the rates unchanged, it always comes down to the data. But this is going to encourage downside action, which means that the central banks are looking for inflation numbers to sell off. And if that's going to be the case, then New Zealand CAD will finally see a downside move. Remember, look what we've seen in today's trading. All right, let me go to the New Zealand CAD right here once again. Let me just, once again, remind traders that we're seeing that the markets over here are starting to stall right here at buy side liquidity. And so I'm going to see price want to come back into this fair value gap into next week's trading. So what I will be looking for next week, I will be looking for reversal signals here at the top to anticipate price to come back to retest those levels of support. That's what we're looking at. This is how you can connect the fundamentals with the technicals by using these bit of data and then looking at the technicals to anticipate, does the market expect some sort of corrective move? And if so, then that makes this data true. All right. It makes the data more accurate than just taking a look at news and saying, well, the news says this, so we're definitely going to sell off. Well, no, only if the technicals tell us that we are going to be doing that will we actually go ahead and sell off. So let's wait and see how this all plays out. We've got a lot of data still coming out through the rest of the week. It's more, I call it whoopee lashy type of news coming out from Thursday and Friday. But you know what it does? It creates volatility. And the only way that we love trading is when we trade with volatility. Volatility is the only thing that can help us make profit in this market. Nobody likes a turtle, right? Slow moving markets, all right? We don't like that type of markets. It just it puts us in positions and just doesn't go anywhere. It keeps our margin locked up, and we're doing nothing with that margin. And margin not moving creates frustration, all right? And with frustration, we end up doing silly things, all right? So let's go ahead and get excited about next week's trading. It's going to be absolutely killer. And by the way, traders, if you're looking for a community to get involved in, check out Trader's VIP Level 1 trading room. Get inside his VIP rooms, guys. They're learning a lot. They're gaining profit. It's an awesome place to be. Check out the website, TradersNetworkClub.com, and get set up there. It's all going to be good next week. All right, traders, with that being said, Cameron and I are actually going away for a birthday bash weekend. The boys, yep, heading out to a golf resort. And I want you guys to say a little prayer for Cameron because he's going to get his ass kicked this weekend. All right. Papa Bear's going to kick his ass. All right. I'm just letting him know. All right. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend. Have a blessed weekend. We love you guys. We love your support. Appreciate you guys. If there's anything we can do to help you, please make sure you guys reach out. We definitely want to be there for the community and for these traders that are doing the same thing we're doing every day. And that's crushing it out, trying to make profit in this market. So that being said, traders, happy trading. See you next week.